So Paul, tell me, why did you get involved in Innovation Science Australia?
Well, it's a great opportunity to participate in the government's policy agenda for making Australia a more innovative country and hopefully helping create more high productivity, exciting, well-paying jobs.
Because the other side of your life is SquarePeg, which is a venture capital fund, and of course you're well known for Seek. How do those two worlds collide?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a really big overlap. You know, at SquarePeg, we're looking to back outstanding men and women who are building young companies, trying to solve really, really important problems. And it's really similar to you know, with the work of Innovation and Science Australia, where again, it's about putting in place the policy frameworks and settings and giving advice to government in relation to policies that will help encourage a more innovative economy.
So you get to see it from both sides of the equation. Different lenses was a word that you used before.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, exactly.
We talked about it, we heard a little bit earlier about finding ideas. With both of those different initiatives, with SquarePeg, do you go looking or do they come to you when it comes to Innovation Science Australia? What's the dynamic? How does it work?
Yeah, I think with SquarePeg, it's a bit of everything. We have lots and lots of people coming to us and approaching us and looking for funding. But equally, a lot of the best ideas are with things that we have to go out and hunt and find them ourselves. A lot of source of potential investment opportunities come from entrepreneurs in our portfolio, other venture capital funds, incubators and accelerators. So it's a really big source of opportunities. I guess the challenge for us at SquarePeg is going through what's a very, very large number of potential opportunities and hopefully picking the ones that we think have the highest potential.
Well, I was going to ask, how do you drill it down? How do you know what's investable and what's not? Is there a magic formula, or what are the sorts of things that you're looking for?
Well, you certainly don't know. I mean, you're making best guesses, and at the end of the day, most importantly, it comes down to the people and their energy and their passion and their ability, if you like, to scale with the business as it becomes a much, much bigger business. Can they continue to grow and scale with the organisation as it grows? So ultimately, we're looking to back people.
Because we're at science and business, science meets business right now, and it seems that a theme has been about people and people connecting and backing the right types of people. In terms of backing ideas and businesses and people, would you back the person over the business or the business idea over the person? How do you manage that equation?
I mean, you want both. I mean, at the end of the day, ultimately you want a great business model solving a really important problem and outstanding people executing that problem. But you know, to the extent that there's a little bit of a trade-off between the two, we would certainly probably tend to put priority on fantastic people who perhaps haven't fully formed their idea over a really, really well-formed idea, but people perhaps who don't have the capability to execute it, because that idea continue to evolve and iterate. And if you've got fantastic people, you're often backing them to kind of work out all of the detail that's involved in getting a business, making a business successful.
Yeah, and their flexibility and they're open to ideas, so
100%.
You can coach them.
100%.
Today's event, I mean, like, what were you hoping to see happen today?
Yeah, I think it was great. I think it's all about people thinking about how do we improve the linkages between research, our pure research, our scientists, and the commercialisation of those ideas. I think what a lot of people have said that we do incredible research in Australia. Perhaps where we haven't been as successful as we could be is in applying that research. And so the more that can be done to create linkages and a nexus between the folks doing the research and the folks who've got the commercial experience and background to bring those ideas to market, that's obviously very valuable and very exciting.
What was a standout idea or insight that came out of today that you thought, oh, well, I'll take that back and tell my buddies?
Oh, look, I thought there was a lot of good there was a lot of good discussion around kind of having the right platform and the right framework for innovation in place. And you know, what we all realise is having a great idea is a necessary precondition to success, but it isn't enough. You need to have that framework and that ability to turn that from a great idea into a business which, you know, is meeting the needs of the market.
Now, you co-founded Seek and you took it to a point where it was listed on a stock exchange. Do you think the options are there for Australian innovators that want to take it to the next level, exit, have it, sell it to someone, list, or do we need to go international?
Look, I think that, number one, the options for raising capital in Australia are getting better. So we're seeing far more incubators, accelerators, angel investors investing at an early stage, venture capital funds emerge. So the amount of capital to back Australian companies is continuing to increase. For some of those businesses we've backed continue to be based here in Australia, whether it's Melbourne or Sydney or other parts of Australia. Some of those move some or all of their operations to offshore. It really varies on a case-by-case basis. But from a funding perspective, we are in much better shape than we were a few years ago. There's a lot more to be done, but we are in much better shape, which is really exciting.
Science, innovation in Australia, what makes you optimistic and excited?
I think the thing that has changed the most in the last 2 or 3 years is the centrality of the debate, the amount of focus that we're seeing from governments, from the Prime Minister on down, from big business, from smaller business, from our universities, from our research institutes, providers of capital. We're seeing a lot more focus and attention on the need for Australia to become a more innovative economy. Now, again, that doesn't guarantee we'll get successful outcomes, but is a really, really exciting starting point.
The moment that we start talking about it, it becomes real, it becomes viable. And younger Australians think, you know what, I think I'll give this entrepreneurship, innovation,
give it a go.
Career path a go.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of the things I would sort of say to young folks, there is nothing more exciting and rewarding than running your own business. It can be scary at times, it involves a lot of risk, but it is incredibly exciting.
And this sounds funny, but I mean, like, most people who I've met in business are very smart, but you don't have to be a genius. Well,
I think
from us,
probably a case in point right here. You're exactly right.
But it's about seeing an opportunity, having an idea, refining that idea, and then backing it.
Yeah, look, I think the skills, there's a lot of different skills involved in being a successful entrepreneur, and successful entrepreneurs come in all different shapes and sizes, and that obviously applies to age and gender and skills and background, but it also applies to the types of things that people bring to bear, and often it is those soft skills, the passion, the energy, the resilience, the ability to work and collaborate with other people, the ability to bring a team along with you. They're the things that are incredibly important, and so if you put those into a bucket around EQ, those things are just as important as IQ. And you see that the one common trait we see among all the entrepreneurs we back is just this incredible energy.
What would you like to see come out of today's event?
I'd like to see the create greater understanding, both from folks who bring a commercial background or commercial lens, and the folks who bring a sort of a research or science lens of what they can bring to bear, and the other side of the equation can bring to bear to create more linkages and more alignment to take our incredible research that we're doing in this country and turn those into successful commercial businesses.